Well, are you ready?
Let's find out. Better than that, pal.
Okay, Linford, take it easy. You're nicked.
Sarge!
This your vehicle, sir?
And what vehicle might that be exactly?
Open it. And I suppose you don't know anything about this lot either.
No, I don't. Can I go now?
Right, Mr. Bentley. Would you empty your pockets, please? This your business card?
It's got my name on it, hasn't it?
212 Wickham Lane, Felling. Isn't that Marky McGill's old place?
So they tell me.
On the watch, if you be so kind. Right, Mr. Bentley, while you're in custody, you're entitled to the services of a solicitor. If you do not already have a solicitor, one will be appointed for you.
I'll give you the number.
Good evening, Liz McCauley. I believe you're holding my client, Frank Bentley, arresting officer D.I. Walker. Must have been quite a party.
Remember what Gosforth said? We're not dealing with mugs here.
So?
Should have seen Walker's face when he opened that boot. Thought Christmas had come early.
Yeah, they said D.I. Walker was the arresting officer. Any of the others involved?
D.S. Bedell. He's the bag man. He picked up the parcels.
What about the handgun?
Made safe at the scene.
And DCI Bonnet?
No sign yet. Walker seems to be handling this himself so far. Have to see if we can't stir something up at the interview.
Is he ready?
Well, before we start, I'd like to know what grounds you had, if any, for stopping Mr. Bentley's vehicle.
What grounds?
Well, according to my client, he was driving normally and well within the speed limit.
Ms. McCauley, your client was found in possession of a large quantity of suspected high-grade cocaine, not to mention an illegally held firearm.
Point being, Inspector, without proper grounds for stopping him, any subsequent search would, by definition, be illegal. And we both know any evidence gathered from an illegal search is inadmissible in court. Well?
Let's just say, based on information received, we had a reasonable suspicion that drugs were being carried aboard the vehicle.
Are you telling me you relied on the uncorroborated word of an informant? Someone perhaps who had a grudge against my client?
Sorry, I'm not prepared to disclose that information. You got a problem? Take it up with the CPS. And you still say you don't know anything about these drugs?
That's right.
So how do you account for the fact that they were found in the boot of your car?
I'm a used car dealer.
I buy and sell motors. So far this week, at least a dozen punters must have test drove that Merc.
We seem to be going round in circles here, Inspector. My client's already answered these questions.
Yeah, but not to my satisfaction, Miss Macaulay.
Let's not kid ourselves, eh? We've already got all the evidence we need.
5 years, Frank. Long time to play dodge the spam javelin. Come on, Frank. You tell me the name of your supplier. I mean, why take the hit on your own?
I think we need a moment to consult.
You hear that, Liz? They wanted to know where the drugs had come from.
Oh, you can't blame them for trying. Bonnet's obviously going to want to know who's bringing the stuff in.
Yeah, or his friends are. I'll tell you what, Liz. When I got pulled, there were 4 packets in the back of that motor. Only 2 of them made it in here. By the way, who tipped him off about the gear?
Gosford's informant runs a drug awareness scheme. He rang Walker. Said you'd been sounding out some old mates trying to find a distributor.
Bet that made them sit up. Southern invaders knocking on their door.
So, what do you reckon? Do you think they're going to go for it?
Hard to say until Bonnet puts in an appearance.
Yeah.
What?
Mr. Bentley asked me to say he'd like to make another statement, but this time he'd like to talk to the organ grinder.
On DCI Bonnet?
That's right. Alone, no tape recorder.
No tape recorder? What kind of statement's that?
The only one he's prepared to give. You said you wanted information.
Yeah, well, the thing is, I don't think DCI Bonnet will appreciate being called out at 3:30 in the morning.
Don't worry. We'll make it worth your while.
You've got a visitor.
Don't think I've had the pleasure. Dear Bonnet.
Frank Bentley.
Bentley.
Can't say I've heard of you. And I thought I knew every grafter in Gateshead.
Yeah, well, I only moved up a month ago. Romford.
I see you taking the car pitch on Wickham Lane. Marky McGill's old yard.
Yes, I believe. I never met him.
Have you come across Saul Anderson yet?
I've heard of him. Supposed to be top man round here.
Well, not very clever of you trying to run drugs into his area. Unless, of course, you fancy your chances.
Well, let's just say I believe in a free market.
He's in with the DCI now.
Thanks for telling me.
You sound local. Where are you based?
We have an office in Felling.
That's strange. You been so close? How come I've never seen you in here before?
We just moved back to the area a couple of months ago.
Well, that's funny. I was talking to the custody sergeant. He's never even heard of you. Business been slow, has it?
Mine's a very special practice. I only represent one client.
D.I. Walker said he wanted to talk about the gear we found. Said you were willing to cooperate.
Well, let's put it this way. I was hoping I might get a bit of help here. You know what I mean?
Well, I assume you mean you want to do a deal for the names of your sources.
Well, I was thinking more of a financial arrangement. Something to make this whole nasty mess go away.
You are joking.
No, I'm serious. I mean, I haven't been charged yet.
Oh, don't get your hopes up.
Oh, come on, I know how it works. I've been nicked before. And sprung. You could pull the plug on this right now if you wanted to.
Why would I do that?
10 large up front. Plus a couple of months as a retainer.
What makes you think I'm for sale?
I'm optimistic.
You're forgetting something. The drugs and the handgun have already been logged as evidence. I couldn't help you now even if I wanted to.
Not all the drugs have been logged.
Don't waste my time, okay? I didn't get out of my nice warm bed to listen to this crap.
So why did you come?
I thought you were going to be sensible.
Well, in that case, you've got to wait until the morning.
Do I get those names or not? In that case, There's nothing to talk about.
What about the 2 missing bags of gear?
You understand that should you fail to appear as specified on the bail sheet, you are liable for rearrest and further charges.
Yeah.
Sign here, please.
Cheers. See you, pal. I still can't get over all this.
What did you expect? Clog dancing and whippets?
I didn't know what to expect. That's why you're here.
My being born and brought up here also has its downside.
What, you mean you're worried about being recognised?
It's not a big place.
Worth the risk, in my opinion. Besides, your personnel folder speaks for itself. Resourceful, intelligent, and thinks well on her feet. What more could a partner ask for?
I must have been mad to let you talk me into this.
Why?
Because when I left Sun Hill, it was to get away from frontline policing. Sort me head out.
More than one way to sort your head out, Liz. A few weeks on Tyneside. Nice plate of Welks. Bottle of Nuki Brown. Might be just what you need.
You make it sound like R&R.
So why did you change your mind?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Because you asked me.
Must be good being back home, though, eh?
Yeah, you'd think so.
However?
You see, over there, it's where my mum lives. She's constantly reminding me that I haven't been home for over a year. I was working last Christmas. And 3 days from now, it's her birthday. But because I'm working undercover, I won't be able to visit.
I see.
Come on, we better not keep Gosforth waiting.
Well?
So far, so good.
He went for it.
No, not exactly.
What do you mean, not exactly?
He said he wasn't having any. Told me to stop wasting his time.
I don't understand. You said so far, so good.
I got bail, didn't I? You didn't have to do that, not without a good reason.
On top of which, only 2 of the drug packets were declared in custody. We think Walker and Bedell took the rest.
Wait a minute. You're saying Bonnet didn't go for the cash?
Have patience, saith the Lord.
Patience? Do you realise how long I've been looking at this firm? Last time I was this close. Suddenly my informant goes AWOL.
These things happen, sir.
Maybe, but I can't afford to let them happen twice. That's why you're here. You both came highly recommended by the Met. They said you had the right experience.
You ever worked undercover yourself, sir?
Now don't start that again.
Look, if Bonnet has survived this long, he's hardly likely to show his arse on the first date.
He's going to want to make some inquiries. Right now, Frank could be anyone. Besides which, his case might not come to trial until next year, so he's not exactly in a hurry.
Maybe, but we can't run this operation indefinitely. Have a budget to meet.
And on that note, I think I'll take a shower.
Do you two always work as a team?
First time undercover. Why'd you ask?
Well, when Frank was approached about this job, we asked him to nominate a partner. First name he suggested was yours.
So?
So I thought maybe you two had developed, shall we say, an understanding.
I worked 5 years for SO10, sir. He probably appreciates my local knowledge.
As do we, Liz. The fact that you've lived away for so long makes you an ideal candidate. So long as you know where your first loyalty lies.
What's that supposed to mean?
Frank has a certain reputation for ploughing his own furrow. As a local lass, I'm relying on you to keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't lose his way, and to let me know if he does.
Let you know.
This is my operation.
Hang on a minute, sir. Are you saying you want me to spy on a colleague?
I'm saying I expect to be kept fully informed. We're a service industry, Liz. Think of yourself as quality control. No, sir, as far as I can tell, we're still on track. Yes, sir, as soon as I have anything. Yeah, anything at all, I'll let you know.
Bit of toast?
Nah, I'll just have a coffee.
Chief Constable's office.
Tell me about this Marky McGill geezer.
McGill?
Bonnet seemed very interested when I told him we'd taken over his car pitch.
It was McGill's allegations that first brought Bonnet to our attention.
What, he volunteered the information?
Not exactly. McGill was, or rather is, until we find a body, a car wringer. He was looking at a manslaughter charge for supplying a cut-and-shut vehicle that fell apart in the A1. One person died, 2 injured.
Fine, upstanding fella. Let's hope his information's more reliable.
He wanted to do a deal for a reduced sentence. Said he could help us prove CID were putting a squeeze on all the local grafters. And nobbling prosecutions.
So he was your informant that went AWOL?
We found out later he was also an informant for the Customs and Excise Drugs Investigation Team. Seems he'd been passing them information on Saul Anderson's drug imports.
What happened?
Word is Anderson found out and had him got rid of. Of course, without either a body or a witness, we may never know. Well, not for sure, anyway. Not that it's any of our concern.
Well, it could be our concern if Saul Anderson comes round here and pays us a visit.
Why should he?
Well, the drugs that were found in Frank's car for a start, word gets round, you know.
And Bonnet told me that Anderson doesn't like other people working his ground.
Don't worry. We've planned for all eventualities. Anytime you feel compromised, all you have to do is pick up the phone and we'll be there as soon as we can.
That is a relief.
Anyway, we're only interested in Bonnet, so you can forget about Anderson. Is that understood?
I don't suppose there's any chance that McGill could be lying to you about Bonnet, is there?
You think Bonnet might be clean?
All I've seen so far is a copper trying to do his job. Trying to trace the source of some high-quality gear.
What about the 2 missing packets?
Well, you may not remember, Liz, but up until recently, that used to be an unofficial way of paying out informants.
Is that what you call clean, Frank?
All I'm saying is that Bonnet might just be a rule bender. That doesn't automatically make him bent. Well, not in my book, anyway.
Isn't it time you two were getting ready for work?
What, when we've just been up all last night?
Since when did bent car dealers work regular shifts?
Just that overbearing manner, that self-importance. Chief Constable's office.
Forget it. The bloke's a tosser. We've all seen it. Anyway, up the greasy pole.
He hasn't got the first idea about undercover work.
Yeah, still, I suppose we've got to give him his due. He did see us right over the garage. Morning, Del. Hope you can put that lot back together.
Wasn't sure what time to expect you after last night. Is Liz with you?
In the office.
I assume that since you're here and not banged up, that everything went off okay.
Well, not entirely to Gosford's satisfaction, but at least the ball's in their court. Any calls yet?
Mick Dodds. Phoned to say he's going to drop that Shogun off he promised you. Why, are you expecting anyone else?
If you see Saul Anderson heading this way, let me know.
Hi, Mum, it's me. Yeah, look, I can't talk long because I'm at work. I was just ringing to see whether the parcel had arrived. Great. And the card? Yeah, I'm fine. Busy as ever. What's the weather like where I am? Well, pretty much the same as you, I reckon.
Well?
Not bad. Any logbook?
Not as such. Marky always handled the paperwork himself. He had the connections, see?
You and Marky do a lot of business together, did you?
Average 10 cars a week, 4 years, aye, quite a bit. They say these things go down a real bomb in northwest Pakistan. Status symbol, apparently.
How about the local plod? Give you any grief?
Nah, good as gold. One of the CID blokes was into Marky for $2 grand a week. Surprised I haven't been around to see you yet.
Give them time.
Take my advice. Get it sorted sooner rather than later.
You ever find out exactly what happened to Marky?
What? You mean after Saul Anderson had finished with him?
I thought that was all rumours.
Not just rumours. Marky was seen over in Byker the night he went missing. He was drinking with one of Anderson's lads. After that, nothing. That's something even the police don't know about. Probably lying at the bottom of the North Sea now, poor sod. His girlfriend with a kid to bring up and all.
Well, if he was such a pal of yours, why didn't you go to the law?
Have you ever met Saul Anderson?
One of Anderson's people. Did he give a name?
I didn't like to push it. What you got there?
Some of McGill's bits and bobs. Did you know he had a son? Tom. That's his mum, Maggie.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Heads up, Frank. We've got company.
Who is it?
Northgate CID.
Checking up on us already?
Well, we'll call at your place in St. Peter's Base and nobody there. Incidentally, you got any paperwork for that?
Yeah, I expect so, somewhere. What's the problem?
Well, one of these was pinched out in Tyne last night. Same colour. Maybe we should run a PNC check on it.
I'm sure you didn't come here to discuss motors.
Actually, we need you to come down to the office. Mr. Bonnet wants to see you.
What about?
Points for clarification.
Get your coat on, Liz. We're going for a ride.
That's okay, Frank. You won't need your lawyer this time.
Actually, Liz is my business partner. And I presume we are talking business this time.
When you said we were going to the office, I presumed you meant the police station.
This is our other office.
What's she doing here? She's part of the firm.
Speaks for herself too, strangely enough.
D.I. Walker says that you have some points for clarification.
First things first. Can't be too careful. Big fat TV reporters.
Don't get any ideas.
Now, business.
What exactly is your business, Frank? At the moment, like?
What do you mean?
Earlier this morning, Ian made a few phone calls.
National Crime Squad's got you down for 2 armed robberies in Kent.
Suspected. I was never charged with anything.
Suspected of hijacking and extortion, too. What's the matter? Things get too hot for you down south.
Look, I didn't come up here to discuss my life history. I thought you wanted to talk about last night.
All right. Let's start with the gear we took off you.
What? How much do I want for him?
I was going to say how much more can you get.
What is this, candid camera?
I know someone who's looking for a guaranteed high-grade supply. He's already seen a sample. Tested it too.
The 2 missing bags.
Says he's very much like to meet you.
Well, like you say, first things first. What about those charges? Bit difficult to negotiate with those hanging over me.
Say yes to this deal, you can forget about any charges. Give it a month or two, I'll make sure it's dropped on a technicality. Missing evidence. Crown Prosecution Service won't touch it with the barge pool.
You can do that?
Believe me, I've done it.
What guarantee do we have?
My word for one.
Piss off.
Well, think about it. If this deal proves sweet, which I think it will, I'm hardly going to jeopardise the source.
And what's this going to cost? Your end, I mean.
Say 2,000 for negotiating the deal. After that, you take a straight 5% of everything you move. For that, you get our undivided attention.
You mean we're protected?
Well, think of it as business insurance. You'll be well covered.
Not to mention well informed, which means no more nasty surprises.
Who's the buyer?
Saul Anderson.
That's what the man said.
No. It's too big a risk. We're not geared up for it. You'll have to put him off.
Put him off?
Tell him you need time to think about it. Look, let's get Bonnet in the bag first. Someone else can worry about Anderson.
I don't believe this. Are you actually saying that you have no interest in the biggest drugs trafficker on Tyneside?
I'm saying it's a question of priorities. Number 1 this financial year, corruption in the ranks. The Chief Constable has promised swift action.
The Chief Constable wants a swift result that satisfies the police authority.
These are the realities we work in. You know as well as I do that Tarrant and Anderson could add months to this operation, and that's time I can't afford.
Well, the way I see it, we don't have any choice. Bonnet's payment for binning the charges is already tied into the drug deal.
Well, you better untie them, hadn't you?
What?
I can't go back to Bonnet and tell him we're not going ahead. He's not a mug. He's going to know something's wrong.
I don't see why. Not if you two are half as good as they say you are.
Sir, Frank's right. We can't go chopping and changing. Otherwise, they're going to think we're a couple of amateurs who don't know what we're about. Either that or someone else is pulling the strings.
Look, if we don't go ahead with this meet tonight, we might as well all pack up and go home. Now think about it. When will you get another shot at Bonnet?
All right, go to your meeting. But remember, I want to know every word that's spoken as soon as it's over.
Oh, of course, sir. After all, you are in charge. What you got those for?
Thought I might drop in on someone, say hello.
You're not serious.
Don't worry, this person won't say anything.
I'm sorry.
Forget it, I was just winding you up.
So what happened?
He was on his way to work. His car hit a patch of black ice, collided with an HGV. He died instantly.
1979. You must have been still at school.
Yeah, I was 14. I still remember my form teacher driving me home midway through my history lesson. And the WPC in our living room trying to comfort me mum.
Must have been rough for both of you.
I suppose having a close family helped. Auntie Brenda and Uncle Billy were brilliant, practically a second home. Whenever my mum had to go to work, you know. And me and our Cheryl, well, we were like sisters.
Makes me wonder, though, if you were surrounded with all this support, how come you ran off and joined the Met?
My mum reckoned it was because of my dad.
What, the accident?
No, when he came out of the army, he always wanted to go into the police force. But my granddad pressed him into the shipyards instead. He always regretted it.
It's a shame. Shame he's not around now. He'd have been proud.
Not so proud of me running away to Hendon, no way.
Oh, come on, Liz. You said you needed some time. Anyway, I'll only call this job running away.
Enough about me, Frank. What about you?
What about me?
When you came to see me that day at Hendon, you had a certain look in your eye that said you didn't want this job any more than I did.
We all have our demons, Liz.
It's not an answer, Frank.
You really want to know?
Yeah, I really want to know.
All right, I'll tell you. Last time I was undercover, we had problems. Despite all our efforts, we were compromised. One of my informants was killed. Someone very special to me. I swore then I'd never go under again.
So how come you're here? What made you change your mind?
I don't know. Maybe I thought it was time to stop running away. Cheers.
Frank Bentley.
Who wants to know?
Rob Doughty. Follow me.
OK, lads. Give us a minute.
Saul Anderson.
Take your seat.
Frank Bentley. This is Liz McCauley.
So, you're the new neighbours. I hear you've been busy.
In a crust.
Up from Rumford, wasn't it?
That's right.
You must know Jez Martin. Runs a couple of gyms down there.
You mean Jez Malcolm? Bald-headed fella. Supplies the bodybuilders.
That's him.
And I'm by sight. Not really my area.
Bit like Tyneside. So, how's the car pitch doing?
Not bad. Early days yet.
I believe you knew the previous owner.
What, Margie? We had some dealings.
Got yourself into a bit of trouble, I heard.
Car ringing's a rough game. Especially if you don't know who you're dealing with.
What, even with CID protection?
Speaking of which, where's Mr. Bonnet?
He'll be along. Look, Frank, we've obviously got a lot to talk about. I don't mean you step outside, you know, where there's no flapping ears.
Outside?
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll see you later.
Don't be long. I might run off with a fella.
Just order what you want. Mention my name.
So, Liz, what can I tempt you with?
Just how far are you thinking of going?
Just to the top here. Bonnet's car's parked there. Turn him round.
Listen, I think there's been some kind of...
So, you thought you'd set up shop in my town, did you? Without my permission?
You got this all wrong.
Without so much as a private leave. Let's introduce him to some local history.
Liz? My God, it is you! I thought it was.
Cheryl, what are you doing here?
Me? I'm assistant manager here. 5 months now, practically running the place.
That's great. Listen, are you busy?
No.
Should we go and have a chat over there?
They're called a dog leap stairs. Sort of appropriate, don't you think? Whoa, Frank, watch your step. One slip, and you'll snap your spine like a twig.
I'm telling you, you're making a big mistake.
No, mate. You're the one who's made the mistake. Now you're going to learn a lesson you won't forget.
Don't do it, Saul.
You, keep out of this. This is my business.
Not just your business. He owes me 2,000 quid.
This is a new tune. What's up? Not got the stomach for it anymore.
It's not a question of that.
You don't think so?
What about what we discussed?
What you discussed, you mean? Me? I've got my reputation to think of.
You said you were fed up, keep getting blown out. This could open things up. No more scratching around for supply.
I can't have nomads walking in here dictating terms.
Look at him, Saul. I think you've made your point. At least hear what he's got to say.
Okay, Frank. Tell us something I want to hear.
It's like I said. Got it all wrong. I am not competition. I'm not even interested in sales. Strictly importation. I need someone who knows the local market. Someone like you.
Why Tyneside?
I've got this fella straightened inside HM Customs. A couple of months ago he was transferred up here to the Norway ferry terminal. Now he is my only gateway into the country. It could be yours.
Hey, listen to me, going on. What about you? What brings you in here? I didn't even know you were up.
I'm just with some friends over there.
Anyone I know?
No, I don't think so. They're business people.
Oh, I don't know, Liz. You might be surprised the circles are moving these days. Going up in the world.
Look, I didn't mean it like that, Cheryl. It's great to see you.
Don't apologise. We both know that you were always the clever one. The one that never got into any trouble. I still haven't forgiven myself for my performance at your 18th birthday party.
It was a long time ago.
Say that again. But anyway, what about you? What's it now? A detective sergeant?
Shh, keep your voice down.
Why? What's wrong?
Nothing. I just don't like broadcasting it when I'm off duty. You wouldn't believe how many men it scares away.
Funny. You know, Auntie Audrey never said anything about you coming up. Not even to me mum. She usually mentions it.
Well, it was all a bit of a rush, really. You know me, always leaving things till the last minute.
I get it. It's your mum's birthday, isn't it? You wanted to surprise her.
Yeah, that's it. You got it in one. Listen, Cheryl, I'm going to have to be going. I'll tell you what, I'll ring you later, eh? We'll catch up.
Yeah, okay.
50 quid. Who are you talking to?
talking to? What do you mean?
Over there just now.
Oh, just one of the barmaids. I was telling her someone had thrown up in the toilet.
Seemed to take a long time.
Yeah, well, you know Geordies. Ask one of them the time and you get their life story. No Frank, then?
Well, there's a lot to discuss. Don't worry. I'm sure Saul's taking care of him.
There we are. Good as new.
So, do we have a deal?
Don't rush me. I'm going to have to sleep on it. Maybe speak to a few people first.
How many people? Look, let's not forget. I'm the one who's overexposed here. Not to mention my man in HM Customs.
Don't worry, Frank. I think we're all just as anxious about security as you are. Hey, Saul.
I'd get some iodine in that if I were you. Wouldn't want it to get it infected. We'll be in touch.
Look, I'm going to have to go. Tell Frank I'll see him later.
What's up?
Family emergency.
Going already?
Yeah, I've got to meet someone over in Baker at 10 o'clock. I was 10 to already.
Where are your friends?
They're outside. I'll give you a ring, all right?
Yeah, whatever. Maybe I'll see you at your mum's party.
Where's Frank?
At a guess. I'd say he's waiting for you back at the car.
You all right?
I will be in a minute.
What happened? Didn't he like your story?
Well, let's just say it took some convincing. Fortunately, Bonnet was there to put in a word.
I think I've got a hanky.
Oh, that's all right. I can
No,
manage.
don't be daft. I can see better. Spit on that.
What?
Spit! There you go.
Thanks.
There's something you should know.
Yeah?
I bumped into my cousin back there, Cheryl. She started asking some questions.
She didn't blow you out?
No, I managed to put her off. Question is, do I report it?
What, with Gosforth acting like a virgin in a rugby scrum? I hope I didn't get this lot for nothing.
Are you sure you're all right?
I just need a minute to get my breath back.
How about we go back and crack open one of those bottles of wine that are in the fridge?
Unfortunately, I already have a date. I promised to meet Bonnet. Straightening.
What do I tell Gosforth?
You really want to know? I'll see you later. You did me a big favour back there, stepping in like that.
Doesn't mean we're going to be picking out curtains together. Have you got the money?
$2 up front, as agreed. It's funny.
Never mind. Come on, I'll buy you a drink.
So what is this? Some kind of private club?
Something like that.
Hi, Dave. What's this? Why'd kick you out again?
You know me, Vicky. Only come to see you.
Good to see you again. Who's your friend?
Oh, this is Frank. Be gentle with him. He's feeling a bit tender.
Evening, Liz.
Sir, we weren't expecting you tonight.
So I see. Not interrupting anything, I hope.
I've just got out of the shower, actually.
Where's Frank?
He's not here.
I can see that. Where is he?
He's gone to meet Bonnet. Give him his money, he didn't say where.
I gave him specific instructions he was to call me as soon as the meeting was over.
I know, I'm sorry, sir. There wasn't a lot of time. Once he'd finished with Anderson, he was off to meet Bonnet.
Well, not to worry. Now that I'm here, you can tell me all about it.
Well, there's nothing much to tell, really, sir. The meeting went off OK. I think he believed our cover. But when it came down to business, Anderson took Frank outside to talk privately. You'll need to discuss that with him.
Was Bonnet there?
I believe so. But like I said, you'll have to speak to Frank to find out what was actually said.
Speak to Frank?
Yes, sir.
Anything else you'd like to tell me about tonight?
No real problems, if that's what you mean.
So nothing I need to know about? Thinking here about our little chat this morning on quality control?
No, sir. Really, everything's fine.
Aren't you going to offer me a glass of wine?
Actually, sir, I was just going to bed. We didn't get any sleep last night, remember?
Yes, of course. Tell Frank I want to see him first thing tomorrow.
Yeah. Get some of that, don't you? That'll sort you out.
I think I'll stick with Jack, if it's all the same.
That's a bit off, isn't it? I mean, I never knew a dealer who didn't like a toot himself. Sort of like a chef that won't eat his own food. It makes you nervous.
I've been trying to cut down. Come on, I'll get you a drink. Same again, please.
Put your money away, Frank. It's all taken care of.
Excuse me.
Cheers.
So, what's so funny?
What do you mean, funny?
Back there in the car when I bunged you the wedge, you laughed.
You wouldn't understand.
Try me.
Okay. Well, near where I was parked, there used to be a foundry. My dad worked there for 32 years, right from an apprentice. Ended up a master pattern maker. One day there's an accident in the casting shop. Hot metal splash. Leaves him disabled with 50% burns. He never worked again.
What, and that's funny?
Well, I was just thinking. 2,000 quid's almost exactly what they paid him out in compensation.
Not much to show for a lifetime's work.
Kind of puts it all into perspective, don't you think?
So how long have you been working for Saul Anderson?
Let's get one thing straight. I don't work for anyone, especially not a scumbag like Saul Anderson. I'm a police officer, right?
Yeah, and I'm Mother Teresa of Calcutta. Fancy a biryani?
But you think as I turn a few quid here and there, don't give a damn about the job?
Listen, calm down. I'm only winding you up. What do I know about it?
I suppose you think it's all about greed, eh? Bigger this, bit more that.
Well, we all like nice things. Don't suppose you lot are any different.
Well, that's not it. Actually, it's quite sad. It's like that first girl that breaks your heart. After that, it's not the same. With me, it all came to a head one Monday morning. I'd been working for 6 straight weekends. 2 of my DIs were seconded on major inquiries. Overtime had been cut to the bone. I'd practically had to beg some of my people to come to work for no extra pay. And they weren't doing it for love, mind, nor the Queen. They were doing it for me because I'd asked them. Well, that Monday morning, the boss called me in for my promotion result. I think I'd had 3 hours sleep. And you know what it said? Lacks imagination. And shows little evidence of commitment to modern policing by objectives. I couldn't understand it. I mean, I actually thought I'd done well. I'd handle the exercises better than most. I'd check my written answers with others who had passed before. I really thought I'd nailed it. And then I remembered something that happened just after the assessment finished. We'd been given these forms to fill in for statistical monitoring. Age, sex, ethnic origin. And when I'd finished, I looked down, and it said white male, 46 years old. I never saw it coming. I knew then there was nothing down. Never mind all the scum and the perverts I'd locked away over the years. All the weekends. Could have been building the rockery, having barbecues instead of busting a gut for no extra benefit. Suddenly here comes some shirt front with a slide rule in his hand, some statistical prat. And he writes me off with one neat little line. It's not about having a reason to take the money, we've all got that. It's about having a good enough reason not to.
I think we need another drink.
Dave, it's the police. They've ripped the gate off and they're breaking the door in.
I can't be found here. It's not my division. Come on.
You sure you know what you're doing?
This door here.
There's a flat roof on the other side.
Bastard won't boats! Here, get out of the way! Shit! What are you trying to do, man? Swim out?
As soon as we hit the ground, run straight through those trees.
Stop!
Tea or coffee, Frank? Frank? You awake, Frank?